Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 15th edition of the Concord Athletics Senior Spotlight for the fall 2020 semester. My name is Wes McKinney, and joining us today is men's soccer goalkeeper Kyle Brown. Kyle, so great you could stop by today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we look forward to getting to know you here over the next little bit, and we want to start as we normally do here, talking about your recruitment to Concord. Grew up in the Youngstown, Ohio area, Warren, Ohio to be exact, and kind of unique. You actually grew up right in the backyard of some other Mountain East Conference schools in Notre Dame and Wheeling and West Liberty. So, kind of talk about the area you grew up in, your recruitment to Concord, and why was it CU for you?
I grew up around even closer to proximity. There was a few Division III schools that I had looked into going to. Staying at home was something that was always interesting to me, but when the time came and schools from out of state started contacting me and stuff, it kind of became a reality. Like maybe I should go away for school. At that point, I never really had talked to NDC. Wheeling was somebody I was interested in going there because I had a friend who went there as well. But when I contacted Concord, Coach Saletti, the GA at the time, had emailed me back within 10 minutes after trying to set up a visit and a little play day. So whenever they came, and I believe that was that was spring of 2017. So, but yeah, I went down and I toured the campus, and at that time, Tower was still under a bit of reconstruction. There was still some fencing and machines around everywhere, but the campus was great. I enjoyed it. I liked the players a lot. Coach Barrett was great. Through contact though, because at that time I believe he was back in England, dusting some things up at home. But Coach Saletti was great. He made it really inviting, and he made the program seem like it was really something to talk about. And at that rate too, with the players and everybody that I got to know my freshman year was just amazing. The players that I was able to come in and meet was a huge part of why I picked Concord.
Yeah, sure, Kyle. Let's kind of stop right here for just a second. You say that obviously Wheeling was interested in your services as well out of high school. So do you still kind of get some excitement out of going to play Wheeling or to play West Liberty or to play Notre Dame? Not only because it's not that far from your family and friends, but also because it was someone that also courted you out of high school.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Not only the family aspect. Every time we play NDC, we get quite a crowd. Yeah, that's always exciting. But I can get up for every game. It's all going to be the same for me whether my family's there or not, because I know that they're supporting me, all my friends and everything. But yeah, without a doubt, especially going and playing one of my best friends from the area at Wheeling. He graduated last year, but going and getting up and playing him, and also my club coach's alma mater is Wheeling.
Mm-hmm.
So that made it all the better. It does mean a lot more to you when you have that kind of connection to it.
Yeah, I'm sure that is a pretty unique situation right there. So you get here to Concord, fall of 2017. You get to start right away. You're still splitting some time, but you start in 13 games. You have a goals against average of 1.92. What did it mean to you as a freshman to get so much playing time there your first year at Concord?
Oh man, I mean it was everything. I mean it was what I wanted originally from coming to play at the college level. It was absolutely what I wanted. I knew that it was going to be hard. I knew that it wasn't going to be given to me, so I was ready to put the work in, and I think I did enough. But yeah, it meant everything. And at the end of the day, being announced and then watching on the stream and seeing even your posts after the games and stuff and seeing my name in it, it was really cool. It was really rewarding for me. It felt like the things that I've done leading up to those moments was all worth it.
Yeah, same kind of deal for you in 2018. You're still splitting time with a couple of other guys. But then last fall, you become the top goalie for the Mountain Lions. You start, I think, in all but 3 games. I should have written that down, and I didn't. But I think you started in 15 games last year, 15 of the 18 for Concord. So what was that transition like, Kyle, going from a splitting time to all of a sudden being the guy for Concord?
It was. I mean, I was always kind of ahead of the mix. I was always getting more playing time than the other two. But going from that little bit of playing time and then missing a game out last year because of injury, and still playing a lot of games was nice. I mean, I really liked it, and I felt like I had finally made a stake in this team, and I've finally become a game face and somebody that you'd expect to be in the team sheet week in and week out. It was rewarding. It was nice, and it gave me a lot of motivation to play, and it made me really fall in love with becoming a Concord University athlete.
I know that players don't always look at records, or it's not something that's in the back of their mind constantly, I guess maybe you could say, as well. But you're beginning to make your way up the saves list at Concord. You're over 200 saves for your career, 212 to be exact. You need 64 more saves to pass Mitchell Thompson on the all-time saves list. What would it mean for you, Kyle? I mean, obviously, still a lot of things have to happen here, but what would it mean for you to surpass a guy like Mitch on that saves list here at Concord?
Oh man, I've met Mitch. I've played with Mitch a time or two, and he's just phenomenal. And to even think that I'm in that class right now is everything. But to pass him too, I mean, it'd be amazing. It'd be absolutely incredible to see. The last alumni game we had, he came up, and he told me, he mentioned that I was close. I wasn't really sure of the figure, but he said I was close, and he was encouraging me, saying, yeah, beat it. It's like, it's been a long time, get that out of there. It's your time, beat it. We want to see it go up. So that was really, reassuring for me, and it made it even more meaningful for me to be even in that spot, because he was so cool about it.
You've worked with a bunch of different backline defenses in your career here at Concord, but I asked Katie Maher of the women's team this whenever I interviewed her, and she said that you have to have a chemistry. You have to communicate with your defensemen. I mean, yeah, a shutout goes on the goalie's kind of stat sheet, but it's as much a credit to the defender. So how are you guys able to make everything work back there?
Oh, too, you say that, and I believe that clean sheets 11 men. Clean sheet should be before every game the same goal as the striker getting goals. Clean sheet should be expected before games and stuff. But getting there, it takes a lot of trust as well. I've got to know that I've got the right guys in front of me that are going to get the job done, and they're going to do what they can for the shirt and for me to make sure that we do keep that clean sheet. Obviously, too, communication is a huge portion of that, coming with trust. As long as we're chatting, we do trust each other, and we do keep that faith in each other, and that going forward we are going to do what's necessary to get the clean sheet.
And then, Kyle, also kind of on that same line, you talk about having one common goal game in and game out, but you also, from practice to practice, game to game, whatever, you have to make all these cultures that you guys have. I mean, you guys, guys from the States, guys from England, guys from, Spain, other parts of Europe, South America, wherever it might be, Africa. How are you guys able to mesh all of these cultures together to come up with one common bond or goal?
I mean, that's a great question. We basically, when it comes in, is when we all get together. It starts from the second we meet each other, when we're all in the meetings in the beginning, and we're all taking our medicals and doing things like that. It starts from there. Getting guys in the dorm room watching games together. Getting opinions on teams and whose favorite team's what and how they like to play and stuff. But then also it's taking that and cultivating it into training into a workable, gelling team. Getting 11 guys out there that are going to be working for the shirt and doing what they can for the getting the win.
Yeah, and then Kyle, last thing here for you. Obviously, you're one of the few upperclassmen for Concord. You've played in, like I said, a ton of games. You're approaching like 50 career games here at Concord now, so you're obviously going to be called upon to be a leader. How have you, have kind of taken on that role?
Oh, that's another thing that I've worked for. As soon as I came in as a freshman and played those 13 games, it was always in the back of my mind that one day I'll have the captain's band, and I want to lead this team into good things. But yeah, it means everything, and I know that Coach Barrett is giving me that role, and he feels comfortable giving me that role, so that makes it all the better. But yeah, leading this team means so much to me, and it will when we get back to work, and ultimately just getting to our goals and knowing that I've had a part in that. It just means everything. And obviously, being a leader, it takes good followers as well. And I think we've got that on this team, is that we've got disciplined kids who are willing to work and willing to get better.
Yeah, Kyle, you guys seem to be getting the thing headed in the right direction. Obviously, you guys hopefully get to play here coming up in the spring still. A lot of things have to be worked out, but we look forward to you guys being able to play coming up here in the spring, you guys being able to return to the field, seeing you guys back on the field would be awesome. So thank you so much for your time today, Kyle, and we look forward to seeing you guys out on the field soon.
Sure, Wes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Once again, Kyle Brown on the 15th edition of the Concord Athletics Senior Spotlight for the fall 2020 semester.